All right, thank you so much for staying with us. More football discussions coming your way on this Monday edition of the SportsMax Zone. Well, two Premier League clubs in Jamaica, Lyonnais United and Harbourview FC, have been given the opportunity to learn under the tutelage of French club Olympique Lyonnais under-19 head coach Joël Frechet. A homegrown product from the French outfit, Frechet is a former player now turned coach. He's played against the likes of Michel Platini and has coached high-caliber players such as the former Arsenal forward Alexander Lacazette. Of course, a former Real Betis midfielder Nabil Fekir and Algeria midfielder Houssem Aouar, all youth products of the Olympique Lyon. Well, Frechet, who landed in Jamaica earlier today, he joins us live on set ahead of his mentoring sessions at the Jamaican clubs. So, Joel, so happy that, this could be your first stop. We told the viewers what brought you to Jamaica, but how happy are you to be here?
It's only few hours when I'm here, and we just visited, for example, the Kingston College, and it was amazing for me, the contact with people and the transmission with generations, and it's a pleasure to be there, and thank you to invite me to this show. I have an experience in football, a little experience. We try to stay humble in France, because we know that the level can be high and after low, so every country is the same. And I know I have heard a lot of good things from the country, and not only with football, but I know that track and field is famous. But for football, I'm very happy to be there.
Yes.
I met Dean Nevers in 2021. He was a sponsor with Connex, his firm, in Premier League. And it's a long time that he told me, yes, you need to come, you need to visit my country. And first time, only now, but I'm very happy.
Yeah, you're finally here, and that's good. Because you know what that means? That just means that you're going to bring all your wealth of experience. And I know you spoke about being humble, but it's true, it's facts that, you've played the sport before, you've coached some of the very best. So talk to me about the sessions that are set to happen. Coach, what are you bringing to these Jamaican kids?
First, we will have meetings because I need to know better the people around, and they need to know my experience and what we can share together, and I hope to discover them, to discover your football, because all my life was around three words: education, transmission, and professionalism. When you educate players, because we talk about education, not only the football, maybe to be a student too, so the double project. And when we talk about this to the young players, they want, in France now, they only want to go to the high level and don't study. So I try to help them and help them. I had 20 years, 17 years as a professional player. I was the younger player to play in League One.
Yeah, you played at 15. You made your
15,
debut
10
at
months.
15.
Yeah, I have a record, but I'm most proud about my career, this 17 years as a pro, and after 20 years in the academy. And during this time, I stayed 5 years as assistant coach in League 2, Stade Lavallois in France. So it was for me a long experience, but each time I tried to, like a sponge, to keep something from my coaches and to transmit. That's why transmission is very important for me, and that's why I love to discover countries. During my period in Lyon, I was a coach for U-19. I had, because we formed a lot of players, like Lacazette, Nabil Fekir. 3 were champions of the world with Samuel Umtiti, Corentin Tolisso, and now they are still in the club. Lacazette is the captain of the club. So that's why I stayed a long time with my club, my life, and I try to transmit now. And I try to discover other countries to to give my experience
help.
and to try to develop players, not only when they are young, with a pro team, for example, and I always go in the US to connect universities with, and have worked with boys in the academy for futsal too, to develop a futsal, and women. And the last 3 years, I was with the Academy of Lyon. We were the first in France to have the certification of the French Federation to be recognized like a real academy. And it's, I'm very proud of that, you know, because for women in France, it's not like in US. Okay. It's very hard to develop. We are lucky to have the best, not in Europe, but we hope to win the Champions League next time. We will play on Thursday the quarter-final against Bayern with the women team. Okay. And we have a lot of international players. But for the girls, to go to the high level, we have Amel Majri, we have Selma Bachar, who are formed in the club, but it's harder and harder because we scout. We have 2 new owners in the club. We have Michelle Kang for women, who is American, and John Textor. And it's normal. They want to promote the club to go to the high level, but it's hard for the young players to go to the high level. So I try to help them to travel, to discover other countries, and that's all my life. So I try to.
All right, Coach, the groups that you'll be mentoring on this trip are adults. They are adult players.
Yeah.
They are not juniors. They are Premier League players.
Yeah.
What are the things that you can tell them to inspire them, to make them understand the levels that European football is at? Because if you talk to an average Jamaican teenager or a Caribbean teenager, they would tell you, with football aspirations, they would tell you they want to play in Europe. So as a Frenchman and one of the powerhouses in European football, how would you inspire a Caribbean player? What are the things that you would tell them?
My education comes from this word, technique.
Technique.
And with the 4 aspects of the performance, technique, tactic, mental, and athletic, we give a lot of things for technique in the education of the player. In France and in Lyon especially. It took 30 years to develop our academy. I was the first player of the story of the academy.
30 years?
Yeah, 30 years.
Yes.
At least. And in 1980, I was the first generation to be formed in OL. I was lucky, you know, to go to the high level. But it's easy for me now to tell them about the technique because we work a lot since we were young.
It's a philosophy.
Everywhere in the
it's
world,
now a philosophy.
Yes. Short passes, you know, it's a little technical language, but I know that you know. Short passes, connection with the players, very important. So I give you a story. I was in charge to develop the international partnership for my academy in 2013. Okay. I was in South Korea, another culture, another language. I came with the U13 team, 30 players like this. And I had only my French, and they didn't speak French, English, only Korean. So with my hands, with my exercise, I showed. So, you know, it's very important to show, to be here, and to make them understand in movement. So I put them in movement, and it was amazing. So I always discover, and I always try to do the same. You know, we used to say that soccer is the international language. And we can talk about soccer with a ball. It's my dream to go in all of the countries, all over the world, with one ball and a car, and I go and discover. And I was in South Africa for the same, in the townships, and I came with a ball. They didn't know me. You know, I was not enough famous, but when we talk about connections, it was perfect. So I talk too much about it. But,
very, very interesting, Coach, because what you're saying here tells me that if you are in a football environment and you're playing, you actually don't need to speak the language. Like, I don't have to communicate in English to a player or a teammate for us to understand what our project is, what we want to achieve on the field.
You know, now with a new football in Europe, everywhere in the world, the head coach, is more a manager than a coach on the field. He manages the spirits.
Yes.
And here, I will try to discover how to connect them and with their tools, with their specificities, you know.
Yes.
I'm not here to I have that, I will give you that. No, it's an exchange. It's we share. And that's why, since the beginning, when I met Dean, it was the same. We shared a lot, and he knew that we could connect.
Yeah, I know it's not your club, but I'm going to ask you this because a lot of viewers follow European football well.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing you talk now, and I want you to make a comment on PSG. I know it's not your club, but they're probably your enemies.
No, we don't have any enemies. Only Saint-Etienne, the derby. You don't know, but we have a close city, Saint-Etienne and Lyon.
Saint-Etienne. That's where the rivalry is.
Saint-Etienne, rivalry.
Okay, you're not friends.
No,
Okay.
we are all friends. When we talk about education, we have all the same formation at the beginning, and after we do our own philosophy.
Yeah, but I was going with this is it triggered something in my mind when you were talking just now, because a few years ago PSG had Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe, and right now they have no player with that quality in their team. But people think they're a better team now than they were with these global stars.
Yeah, but I think they realized I love Messi. I love
Me too.
Mbappe, and it was 3 players. Amazing. Yeah. Now they have who? Dembele, my friend, because it's my. I don't want to say it's my player, but Brade Barcola, you know Barcola?
Yes.
Is a new in the French national team.
Yes.
He comes from Lyon.
Lyon, yeah.
He was from Lyon, and he's so kind. And Barcola, Dembele, and last time it was Colomani. But they have a lot of players. And I think, I don't want to talk for them, but PSG has the right philosophy now to put not the best player in the world, but to connect players who are in formation. Yeah, the team.
As a team.
But we see that.
The team is very important.
You see that in how they play.
Yeah. And so when I exchange with formators or coaches, I always try to know how can you connect your players.
Yes.
What is your philosophy? If you kick and rush, it's not for me. We will share, but it's not. But I know that here you have technical players, and I can feel it.
Yes.
I see, like everybody, I watch TV and I watch the games. So the reggae boys, reggae girls too.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, you know, Joel, it has been a pleasure that you stopped by in our studio. I can't wait to hear how the sessions go when you meet the player. And hopefully, when you leave Jamaica, you leave these players in a better place. And that word you spoke about, connection, I hope that, you know, you achieve that. Thank you.
That's why I'm here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks so much. Of course, it's Joel Frechet there, you know, stopping by on the SportsMax Zone, and he's here in Jamaica to lend his expertise to a couple JPL clubs. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.